Hello friends, today I want to tell you a story. The name of the story is The Humbling of Jovinian. Once there was a king, his name was Jovinian. One night he was taking rest on his bed. While taking rest, different thoughts came in his mind. He thought, I am the greatest king. All people follow my orders. I am as great as God. I am God myself. So he boasted like this, and after some time he went to bed. Next day he got up from his sleep and he decided to go to the jungle. He called his attendants, soldiers and guards, and all of them went into the forest. King Jovinian hunted for some time. Now it was afternoon and he wanted to relax himself. He told his soldiers, you wait here, I will go to the stream and I will relax myself and I will come back. So all soldiers, they waited there. King mounted on his horse. He went near the stream. He mounted down from the horse. He took off his clothes and jumped into the river. He was swimming in the river. The water was cold. He was enjoying his swimming in the river. While he was swimming in the river, there came another person who was exact copy of King Jovinian. What he did? He put on the clothes of King Jovinian. He mounted on the horse and he went near the place where soldiers were there. Soldiers thought that their king came. They followed the orders of replica of King Jovinian and they left that place. After some time, the real king, he came out of the water. Jovinian came out of the water and he wanted to put on his clothes. But he found that his clothes were missing. He again found that his horse was also not there. What to do now? He did not have clothes. He did not have his horse. How can he go towards his soldiers? Then he thought, if I pluck the branches of the tree, I can tie these branches around my waist. So he plucked the branches of the tree and he tied these branches around his waist with the help of a creeper. And he left that place and he went near the place where his soldiers were waiting for him. But he found that his soldiers were not there. Then he was confused. What to do now? I have to go to my palace. How can I go to my palace in such an attire? But he did not have any option. Again he thought, on the way to his palace, there is one castle of one of his knights. So he can take help from his knight, from his Sardar. So he went to the castle of his Sardar on his foot. He went near the gate of the castle and he spoke with the porter. He told the porter, you go inside and ask your lord that his king has come and ask him to bring some clothes for me. The porter looked at Jovinian in such an attire and he laughed. You are king and I am your elder brother. He was laughing. And the porter knew that before some time, king and his soldiers, they came there and they took rest and they left the palace. So he called some guards. Guards took Jovinian inside the castle. Jovinian was trying to tell the knight that he is King Jovinian and what had happened with him in the forest. But as a replica of Jovinian and his soldiers came to the castle before some time, knight was not ready to listen to Jovinian. And knight ordered his soldiers to flog Jovinian. You madman! And soldiers flogged Jovinian and they tied his hands and his legs and he was put in a room. Jovinian was confused. What is happening with him? Nobody is recognizing him. But somehow he untied his hands, he untied his legs, and he left that room. Now he wanted to go to his palace. He knew that though these people are not recognizing me, my guards and my queen, they will definitely recognize me. So he went to his palace on his foot. Now he is tired. He spoke with the porter. I am your king. The porter at his palace, he also did not recognize him because Jovinian did not have good clothes. He was looking like a wild person. Still, Jovinian tried to speak with him and told him, I am your king and I went to the forest and there are some secret things between me and my wife. I will tell you 3 secret things which only my wife knew. You go inside the palace and speak with the empress. The porter, he went inside the palace and he found that empress and king, emperor, they were sitting on the throne. So he came with some guards and these guards took Jovinian to the palace. Jovinian, he spoke with the queen. He was astonished to see that there is a replica and that replica is sitting on the throne with his wife. He was trying to tell his wife that I am your husband, I am the real king. But he did not have good clothes and he was tired. And the replica, he was sitting on the throne. So all people thought that the person who is speaking with them and who is telling them as if he is King Jovinian, they were confused. King Jovinian, he was trying to speak with his wife and he asked his wife, see, you should recognize your husband. Queen also, she was confused. She looked at Jovinian and she looked at the king, real king. A replica of king, confusion. A replica of king was near the queen and real king was in front of her. She was confused for some time. And after some time she said, the person who is near me is the real king because he has good clothes, he has courage, his language is good. What about you? You don't have good clothes. Your language is not good. So the person who is near me is the real king. He is King Jovinian. You are not King Jovinian. So all the counselors, they were telling king that this person should be kept in prison. Let him flog. But a replica of Jovinian said, no, we will let him go. And soldiers took him outside the palace and they threw him on the road. Now, King Jovinian, he was disappointed. He was alone on the road. He thought, 2 days ago I was king and today I am nobody. I have lost my wealth. I have lost my power. Not only that, but I have lost my identity also. What shall I do now? He was disappointed. He was nervous. He was very, very sad. He was on the road. He was tired. He was hungry. When he was in such a situation, there came one good person. That good person took pity on this person, this Jovinian. He took Jovinian to his home. He bathed him. He gave him bath. He gave him some good clothes. He gave him some good food to eat. Now, Jovinian was normal. He was feeling better. And he thought that I should not take more advantage of this good person. So he left his home and he was walking on the road. When he was walking on the road, once again he came in front of the palace. And this time, the porter who was at the palace, He recognized Jovinian. He greeted him. He opened the gate of the palace. Jovinian went inside the palace, and guards, they were saluting him. They were recognizing him. Then once again he went further, and he saw the empress, and empress also, that queen also, she greeted Jovinian, and he found that his replica was nowhere. His replica was not there in the palace. And now everyone was recognizing him as Jovinian. And he decided that in the life hence onward, I will behave politely. I will behave with humbleness. And in the life hence onward, he ruled his kingdom happily and politely. So this is the story. Thank you very much for watching the story.